Welcome to Living Your Dreams broadcast. My name is Benson-Akhigbe. My job is to stop bad marriages from happening and make the family a safe place for children to thrive. Beyond that, we are so committed to see a society where everyone is healthy, everyone is learning to be healthy so they can thrive. We believe that we can have a society where we have healthy mothers and fathers who will lead families, not just biological families, political families, business families, anywhere people gather and they have to relate becomes a family for us. That's our interpretation. We believe that all of this can be done in a very healthy manner. Happy New Year. I hope you had a wonderful vacation time. Life starts again. That's just life. I read something somewhere and it means so much to me. That quotation says, many times in our lives, things are going on deep inside and we do not understand why we feel the way we do or why we react the way we do. This quote spoke volumes for me because sometimes when people have gone through things, except those things are bad things that they can always remember that a particular time so and so happened to me, they can always remember those ones. But there are things that have happened to you that were not caused by bad things that happened, but they were caused by things that were legitimately supposed to be yours. You didn't get them. Something like being raised in a home with an absentee father or an absentee mother. And so these things cause some kind of eruption and earthquake on the inside, and you see yourself feeling in a certain way, reacting in a certain way, and you do not understand why these things are happening. We will be running this series for the next 4 weeks. We will try to find a way to explain how sometimes a husband is feeling pain, a wife is feeling pain, and they are trying to turn to each other for comfort and succor and nurture. And when you get there, you meet like a volcano. And you're asking yourself, when did all of this start? So joining me in this conversation today is my friend, my sister, my daughter, Barrister Ebube Ajor. Barrister Ebube Ajor. She's a fantastic, very fantastic. I always love to be in a conversation with Ebube because she has a way of bringing different aspects of life into this. Welcome.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here.
So good to see you.
Thank you so much.
Ebube is co-lead pastor, Fem Foundation, Upper Sawamba location. So Ebube, he has a lot of experiences that will help us navigate through this. So Ebube, like I was saying, I said sometimes a wife is feeling so much pain. She's going through pain. At the same time, the husband is going through the same pain. If they turn to each other for comfort, do you think that that goal of getting comfort, getting succor, do you think that this woman will receive it or this friend will receive it? What do you think about that?
I think it's a capital no. In fact, I could give instances. Let me give one. I know a woman who, came from a broken home. The mother left her early and the siblings, they had to struggle through life. So in trying to settle down in her home, she felt, wow, now I'll have comfort. And then she got into a relationship with someone who also came from a home where the man batters the wife, the man beats the mother, and so on. So he grew knowing how to batter women. And so she got in seeking comfort, only for her to get in there and the man beats her constantly. She wants to take a step out, and then she comes back thinking, I have nowhere else to go. And so she's suffering emotional torture, physical torture. So a lot of the times, the two people want to come and get comfort, but they end up repeating or reliving the lives of the parents, what they saw. So in the long run, it's a no-no.
Do you feel that background, that is how you grew up, you'll eventually live it out?
Oh, definitely.
Why?
Definitely. Now, let's look at it this way. You can't give what you don't have. And a lot of the times, what forms your opinion is what you've experienced, more so. And if you live in a home where, okay, let me give an example. The home of one of these people, the man thinks that a woman should not be heard. She should only be seen. And so that's the way.
In 2021
In
or in 1998.
In 2020. So as far as the man is concerned, the woman shouldn't speak when he's speaking. And so when he sees his wife trying to talk, he's wondering, no, this didn't happen in my father's time. This is not how life should be lived. So as far as he's concerned, the way he was brought up is that women should be seen and not heard. Or like they would say in the parlance, go to the other room, you know. So truly, if you grow up thinking that women are just another added property, when you start your own home, that's the way you will see it.
Is the man an old man?
No.
Is it from our father generation?
A very young person, at least 40 and below.
Did this woman meet when they were dating? Did they have some time to date?
Oh, they did. They had some. Now, there are two scenarios. One of the women saw this even before going in, and then saw it as something, he will change, and then got in there, and till today, he will change, and years have passed, and they're still believing God for a change, which to me is kind of stupid. But the other one didn't see this. It's like maybe he was able to just play over it and so on. So on getting in, it's like onion. She peeled it and kept seeing and kept discovering. And she's gone in years now, and only to find out that she seems stuck.
Huh.
She's unsure what to do right now. She remembers the Bible says, oh, when you get into marriage, it's for life. I hate divorce. So she's at one point of, God says I hate divorce. And she's at the other point of, men, I don't want to live here a corpse. So she's at a crossroad right now.
You are shaking everything in this room.
Honestly. So we're now trying to look at it. Should she stay in there and then one day they have to put money together and buy corpse and bury her when it's time? Should she leave? Would that give her some guilt in her conscience? What should she do? Are there people around her to give her support? Are there people to run into? So what could she do? So that's the point where she's at the moment. You know.
It's Ebube. That's Kai. Now, in this 2021, we in Living Your Dreams, we believe that you have already set your goals. There are so many goal-setting training that have gone on, and we have done many series on goal setting. Usually, January, we talk about goal setting. But this January, I don't want to talk about goal setting. I want to just talk about life. You must ask yourself, are you still going to live in the utopia of he will change or she will change? You heard what she just said. You don't see something that is absolutely horrible, that is functioning dangerously. You promise yourself that the person will change. It's different where you heard the voice of God and God told you what to do. But you cannot make this decision based on fear. You cannot out of fear, oh, my biological clock is ticking. Oh, if I don't marry now, I might not marry again. Things are going to go bad. But all my friends are married, so they are laughing at me as if you are living other people's lives. This is your life. If there is anybody you are in a relationship with now, we are calling you to action. I want you to ask yourself, in another 5 years, will it still feel as good as it is? Especially when you are seeing the obvious signs that says this relationship is functioning dangerously, this relationship is harmful, is poisonous, that is like you're putting, what's that thing they put to drink and then they want to commit suicide?
Poison, like...
Yeah, we call it sniper. It's like some relationship is like you took sniper, put it inside wonderful delicacy of ogbono soup or continental meal, and you're eating it. No matter the sweetness of food is in the stomach, in the throat. How the person makes you feel is just under the skin, and after that you will come back to face reality. We are coming back with this conversation. Please don't go away. There are things you need to hear that will help you navigate the waters of 2021. Thank you. Hello, friends. Happy New Year. So good to connect with you this New Year. I want to invite you to an all-inclusive conversation with single girls or soon-to-be married ladies, about 100 of us. We'll be having this conversation at
5 Oregbeni Crescent, off Idean Road, off Ihama Road, GRA, Benin City.
The theme is 3 red bags. What is 3 red bags about? I want to show you 3 bags every lady must carry. 3 bags every lady must carry. It is something you wouldn't want to miss. I want you to influence your children who are within the ages of 16 and 40 and encourage your friends for us to be there. The date is
16th of January 2021
at the venue that we have just mentioned. Thank you so much, and I love to have this conversation with you. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Living Your Dreams television broadcast. Living Your Dreams is about building healthy relationship and making sure that the family unit is a safe place for children to thrive. I hate turbulent and troublesome marriage because it destroys destiny. It's only few people that are able to jump out of a toxic marriage or relationship with their destinies intact. We have Barrister Ebube, the co-lead pastor of Obasama location. Ebube is a barrister. If there's someone that I love to talk with, she has wealth of experiences in different areas of life. Ebube, you were saying something before the broadcast ended. You were saying that the other girl walked into a relationship and out of deception, maybe she was deceived. Then let me hear your thought on that.
Okay, she actually thought she was getting married to an angel. Like, he was like a smooth talker, everything looked good, and she was like, wow, I'm in good hands. Only to get in and find out that the guy is a mess. He's totally different from who he says he is. And she's wondering, wow, but this was not how you were. I get in now, and then the things you used to allow me do, the places you used to allow me go to, now you are saying no to this, you can't do this, you can't go to church. Or before then, you will even pick me, take me to church, come pick me back.
Wow.
All of a sudden, those beliefs that you held high, I'm now in there, and you're like, what, choir practice? No, not for today. And I'm like, these were the things that attracted you to me. He said, no, you just needed to get me. And in my mind, I'm like, wow, so you did all this just to get me going. And I discovered that the lady in the long run, trying to do all this, she had to pull back. No services again, no choir practices again. And when you ask her, she was like, because of my marriage, just to save my home. And she's a shadow of herself, a total shadow of herself. So it just killed her dreams. All the dreams she had in life of who she would become just became, watered down. And today the guy doesn't even care. He goes about his own business. He's chasing his own dreams. But she's just having her dreams right in her parlor. So she wakes up in the morning, prepares him to head on to fulfill his own dreams, and then she sits home, and none of her dreams can be fulfilled.
I'm going to have you in a lot of these programs. She pastors, Pastor Wamba. Wow. You're really managing turbulent times. Yes, you see, I'm dazed because I have 2 or 3 questions I want to ask. The question number 1. Do you think that it is our culture that makes a certain gender feel that they can do anything? Do you think culture encourages this? Because even when we're talking about should she leave the marriage or should she be taken out as a corpse, I said I was going to ask you, do you think our culture is the one promoting this kind of toxic, abusive relationship, or do you think that we eventually have borrowed in culture and put inside? Let me hear your view on it.
Our culture first, let's say before we bring in change, our culture prior to now has been such that women particularly are, let me say the gender of women, they're not looked at with the eyes of God. Now this is it. Let me give an example. I went out one day for a field work in one of my offices, and when I got there, I encountered a man. So I was telling him about the scheme, about what my office does and all that. And his conversation was, I don't blame you. You should have been in the kitchen. You should have been cooking. It's these modern days that allows women to be able to, ask questions to a man like this. And I looked at him in this century or in my father's days. And I said to him, sir, please, I'm doing my job. He said, no. He won't have any conversations with me.
And,
so I was female.
And he didn't converse?
Oh, no.
Even if the thing was going to benefit him?
Oh, no. And so I'm just even using that as an example. And then let's look at it this way. A woman feels all she's meant for is the kitchen because that's what probably she has seen with her mother or her father. So she's not entitled to have dreams. Also, you have some cultures that say women can't inherit, women can't join meetings, when they are counting people, they only count the men and they add the women behind it. So they're an appendage. So a woman who sees that she's being beaten up to a pulp, a woman who sees that she's almost at the point of death, is so scared. Two things. One, if she's being beaten up, she wants to run to the police. She's remembering when she gets there, they say, Abinobi, you use your mouth, you sharp your mouth. Women, when they talk anyhow, now you make the man even verse, constant year first. Or a woman who is abused or constantly being raped, they first are afraid to even go to security because they will tell them, you should say you know open body, now you make the man. Think so. Sometimes our culture causes people to just stay in the mess and endure the mess and sometimes end up as corpses. Wow. It just takes people to be able to see the light and see that, look, life first. It's he who is alive that gets into marriage. It's he who is alive that can stay in a marriage. So you need to keep your life and then fight for your marriage. So I think that's where...
Whoa. Yeah. You need to keep your life and fight for your marriage. Yes. Wow. Ebube has just educated us so much. Now, there are some aspects of our culture that we need cultural reorientation. We need cultural revamping to begin to bring in some of those things. When they were setting, the context was not like what it was now. Life has changed. Different things have happened. Even lifestyle has changed. It means that we might not have to come, a generation should arise to create a healthy, prosperous society for us. A society where everybody is included in development. There are some aspects of our culture that is wonderful, that is absolutely beautiful. And we are almost violating those cultures now. Culture of honor. You were trained that when an older person comes, you stand up so the person can sit down. In our culture here, someone does not even need to be related to you by blood for you to put name. In my place, they say Dede. Yes. That is uncle. Sister. In front of Obuechi. Yes. You have to put a name. For you, it is to accord the person the respect that is due to the person. May we use this opportunity to say to people, listen, marriage is not a do or die affair. We are not asking you to divorce, but we're asking you to take your life in your hands. Before you make a decision that has to do with marriage, my dear, you need to consult, first of all, God. You need to consult people. There are elders that you will even speak to those people who you think that are your enemies. You need to have enough information to come into marriage. Yes. And you also need to create a support system, because for this lady, her dream, her future, her destiny has been shielded aside. Yeah. Well, that's as much as we can take at this segment. Ladies and gentlemen, we will still be back. Just stay on. Don't go out. Hello, friends. Happy New Year. So good to connect with you this New Year. I want to invite you to an all-inclusive conversation with single girls or soon-to-be married ladies, about 100 of us. We'll be having this conversation at
5 Oregbeni Crescent, off Idean Road, off Ihama Road, GRA, Benin City.
The theme is 3 red bags. What is 3 red bags about? I want to show you 3 bags every lady must carry. 3 bags every lady must carry. It is something you wouldn't want to miss. I want you to influence your children who are within the ages of 16 and 40 and encourage your friends for us to be there. The date is
16th of January 2021
at the venue that we have just mentioned. Thank you so much, and I love to have this conversation with you. Welcome back. Just in case you're joining us now, we've been on. This is Living Your Dreams with Kay. My name is Kay Benson-Akhigbe. We're having our conversation today is actually bordering on life, relationship, love. Life, relationship, love in 2021. We started this conversation by saying that if a couple are hurting, if you are hurting and I'm hurting, and I come to you, I'm looking up to you for succor and comfort and nurture, I will not be able to get it. Because when both people are hurting, they focus on themselves. If I'm hurting, I'm going to focus on my own individual pain, that I will not be able to care about your own pain. Just imagine, it happens every day in life. If you are hurting, you have a pain somewhere on your legs or on your hand, and you are hurting, you are doing everything to ensure that that pain is over. So you don't really care what is happening around. This will cause relationships to be very, very, very hurting and painful, because the people involved will feel unloved, and the enemy of our lives will come and sell ideas. The whole idea is for him to kill something, destroy something, and destroy the entire relationship. Our relationships, our marriages, and our lives can be everything God created it to be if we can watch for the stop signs. We have looked at people who enter relationship. One entered with the person will change. The other one entered with not being so sure what's going to happen. Do you know that in relationship, the enemy will work so much, work to destroy people who are involved in relationship by making them bitter, because the end point of everything that is going on, the way this lady has been treated, where she has lost herself, and she says, the promises you made to me and what I'm seeing now are two different things. The person will be so bitter. And you know something about bitterness? Bitterness is a highly contagious disease that has a contaminating and destructive effect on others. When you are bitter, it doesn't only hurt you, it also hurts the people around you. It contaminates the people around you, and then it leaves a very horrible taste on their taste bud. Like these things you were saying, you could see my face. I'm wondering, are these human beings, were they raised in a home? When you love someone and the person hurts you, is different from when a total stranger hurts you. When someone that is closest to you brings pain to you, the enemy has a way of taking advantage of that situation.
This you just said just reminded me of one. There was a lady we were interacting with, and she had a relationship, and she treated the guy really badly.
She did?
Yes, she did. And we were wondering, you're a wonderful person, you're hardly like this. Why? And it was even the guy who called our attention, and it's like, this is not this lady. And all of a sudden, she just calls the relationship quit. She takes money from him, does certain things, and then we called them to interview them. By the time we checked, we found out that when the lady was dating someone else, they were preparing for marriage, only for her to see the pictures of the guy. He had done an introduction with somebody else. So
no, hold on. Hold on. Rewind. No.
The lady was busy preparing for marriage with a guy. And the next thing she sees is that the guy's picture of introduction is out with somebody else. So in her mind,
is this
no, this is life. This is life. And then she's so bitter and so pained, and she decides she's going to look for the next guy to pay back. Now, this guy comes along and is in love and wants to date her, and she says, yes, she's not in love with him. But because of what happened to her before, she said every guy that walks into her life will pay for what the other guy did. So as sweet as she is and as nice as she is, she got into this relationship, gave the guy hope he was good to go, began to spend money on her, do things. Was happy I have someone I want to get married to. Only for him to find out she's in a relationship. She only got into that relationship to let men know how it feels like when they treat guys badly. But was it that guy that did it to her? No. But relationship, so like we were saying, bitterness spirals is contagious.
Yes, right.
It hits one person, it hits another. So now she took the bitterness from one relationship into another. Now this guy probably will take it. If he's not healed, he will look for the next lady to do the same thing too. And then we have a world with bitterness flowing from one person.
Wow.
So we really need people healed before they get into relationships. Otherwise they will just be causing injury.
Ebube, that's the word.
Or you have people, maybe they grew in poverty, they grew in lack, they grew in pain, and it's more like they're coming into the relationship now saying, I don't want to suffer what my mom suffered. She was poor. So you better be giving me. So they're already having a target for that relationship. It's not love. It's not what can we both bring. It's more how can you take care of me, because they couldn't take care of me where I'm coming from. So it's a sucker relationship where I just keep draining you. It's parasitic. I'm looking for a guy who can take care of my needs. Can't you take care of the guy's needs if you have? So no matter what you have, my money is my
So it's
money.
a transactional
In
relationship.
fact, so long as you can,
Area market.
so long as you can put something on my table, then you can date me. Otherwise, I'm not going to suffer what I suffered in my parents' home. So I'm already coming. You are coming with love. You want to love me, take me in, and I'm like, do you have what it takes? The Benjamins, are they in your pocket? Otherwise, no relationship, no matter how godly you are.
Holy Spirit. Wow.
You know.
It's a whole lot out there. We are closing the broadcast with everything you have heard today. Our call for action. What do you need to do? We need to start dealing with our woundedness through forgiveness. Relationships are transformed when hearts are healed. Sin is dealt with. Then people will begin to care for one another's hearts. You can see that we actually live in a world now where nobody cares for anybody's heart. I don't care how you feel. You don't care how I feel. We can make the world a better place where, like you said, all of us will say, I want to be a healthy person. I want my soul to be so healthy, because in emotional healing, the soul has different gates. If someone's emotions have been damaged, the person does not have the equipment or the tool to do something that relationship is required to do. If someone's memory has been damaged, so we're just going to just pray for as many as are under the sound of our voice, and even beyond today, that the Lord will heal you of every brokenness, every woundedness, every arrow that got into your heart and smashed it into pieces. Let the Lord, the Spirit of the Lord, come upon you, overshadow you, transform you. I pray for transformation of relationships. Just stretch your hands. We pray for transformed relationships, transformed cities. We pray that relationships will no longer be transactional, but people will find destiny, joy in the relationship that they have. God bless you. Thank you.